Unlike the grumpy, broken, green milk slurping old man we got in the sequels, in Legends, Luke Skywalker continued to be the personification of optimism and courage, like the time he fought a volcanic viper and walked across a lake of lava. After the fall of the Empire, the defeat of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and the resurrection and ultimate demise of Darth Sidious, Luke Skywalker was the only surviving Jedi. For just over a decade, the New Republic struggled to survive threats from both within and without. Luke knew that only the Jedi would be able to safeguard the fledgling Republic from these dangers, so, after he received unanimous support from the New Republic Senate, he set out to find Force-sensitive individuals he could train as Jedi. The following stories from the novel Jedi Search by Kevin J. Anderson. Following a report from a New Republic sociologist who had rediscovered a forgotten Republic outpost from over 100 years earlier, Luke headed to the planet Eol Sha. The planet itself was a hellscape similar to Mustafar. Its moon was large and slowly falling closer and closer to the planet in a gravitational death spiral. The incredible resultant gravitational forces caused cataclysmic shifts in Eol Sha's subterranean water and magma tables, leading to constant geysers and volcanic eruptions. Incredibly, a small group of forgotten colonists had survived on the planet with no contact with the Republic or Empire for nearly 100 years. When Luke touched down on Eol Sha, he found a large, powerful man named Gantoris leading the small group of survivors. He did this using foresight common to Force-sensitive individuals. Luke also learned that he was the descendant of a Jedi Knight who had been one of Eol Sha's original colonists. However, Gantoris immediately distrusted Luke because he'd been having dreams of a dark man who would come to him, offering him great power, only to destroy him. So, Gantoris put Luke through several tests. First, he made Luke follow him into a geyser to find food. Gantoris climbed out of the geyser knowing it would soon erupt, but Luke barely made it out before getting cooked alive. As his final test, Gantoris and the rest of the surviving colonists led Luke to the top of a nearby volcano. When the trail came to a fork in the road, Gantoris had everyone but Luke take one path while he took the other. Luke continued forward and found himself on the bank of a lake of lava. There, he saw black, obsidian stepping stones leading across the lake to Gantoris and the other colonists on the other side. Believing that crossing the lava lake was the test, Luke began leaping from one stone to the next when, suddenly, a giant volcanic viper burst through the surface of the magma. The serpent was covered in crystalline, silicon scales which protected it from the immense heat of the volcano in which it lived. Here's what happened next when Luke drew his lightsaber to defend himself. As the viper struck, Luke slashed with his humming green blade, but when the lightsaber smashed against the mirrored armor plates, the glowing green edge refracted into 1,000 components, splitting and ricocheting around the chamber. Sparks showered all around him. The energy blade that could supposedly slice through anything broke only one small silicon armor plate. Luckily for Luke, when the serpent once again dove beneath the surface of the magma, that one broken scale was all it took to allow the molten rock to seep into the serpent's body and liquefy it from the inside out. Writhing in agony and rage, the volcanic viper thrashed about in its death throes until it exploded. But when the debris cleared, the stepping stones in front of and behind Luke had been destroyed. He was stranded in the middle of a lake of lava. Here's what happened next. Luke stared at the impassable river of flames between him and his goal. He thought of the potential for his proposed academy, for the return of the Jedi Knights. The New Republic needed him. He had to complete his promise. He would gather candidates to teach the ways of the Force. He would, without a doubt in his mind, still throbbing with the Force after his battle against the fire serpent. He closed his eyes. Luke walked across the lake of fire. He did not think about it. The lava refused to touch his feet. Only the Force burned bright around him. One step after another, he strode across the flaming rock, letting himself see nothing but his goal, until he stood again on solid ground on the far side of the lake of fire, with Gantoris and his people. After that, Gantoris immediately agreed to follow and learn from Luke Skywalker, the last Jedi Master. Well, that's just a little different than the grumpy, old, green milk-slurping hermit we got in the sequels. If you've never read the Legends novels before, I highly recommend you check them out. They show a completely different Luke Skywalker than we got in the sequel trilogy, not to mention Leia, Han, Lando, and so on. I recommend starting with the original Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn. These were the novels which really kicked off the expanded universe, or what is now referred to as Legends. If you like this quick video, hit that like button so that YouTube will show it to others, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. Thanks guys, and may the Force be with you.